So this is a guided walkthrough for the XOR starter challenge from cryptohack.org. And so let's take a look at the description of the challenge. I'll make the interface a little bit bigger so that we can all read together. XOR is a bitwise operator which returns 0 if the bits are the same and 1 otherwise. In textbooks, the XOR operator is denoted by this circle with the cross, but in most challenges and programming languages, you will see the caret symbol used instead. So, for example, if we've got, so this is a bitwise operation, so these are bits over here. So these are binary numbers. They're either the value 0 or the value 1. So in the case that you have two zeros and you do a you do a XOR operation, then the result will be 0. So 0 is if the bits are the same, and 1 is if the bits are different. So in this second case over here, so A is 0 and B is 1, which means that the XOR operation results in the 1 bit over here. And same thing where A is 1 and B is 0, which means that there's one of each, then the result is 1. And in the case that there are two 1s in each of these bits, then the result is 0. So the result is 0 if the bits are the same, and they are the number 1 if the bits are not the same. For longer binary numbers, we XOR bit by bit. For example, we would go 4 bits at a time, so these bits XOR these bits equal these bits. So we can check and see that the first numbers are the same, so that's going to be a 0. The second numbers are the same, that's going to be a 0. The third numbers are different, so that's going to result in a 1. And the fourth numbers are different, and that's going to result in a 1. We can XOR integers by first converting the integer from decimal to binary. We can XOR strings by first converting each character to the integer representing the Unicode character. Okay, so what is this illustrating over here? So if we want to XOR regular numbers and not binary numbers, we have to convert them to binary first. So there's a handy dandy little tool over here, and let's just get the proper one. And we're going to do, so for example, we're going to do decimal to binary. Okay, so decimal to binary converter over here. So let's say that we want to XOR the numbers 1 and the number 2. So if we do 1 from decimal to binary and we convert that, then we're going to, let's try a bigger number that's a little more complicated. Let's say we want to XOR the number 11. Okay, so this is 1110. Okay. And we're going to keep track of this in a little notepad. Maybe I can use my Kali Linux over here. I'm just going to use nano. And here, I think I can make this a little bigger. So let's just go over here. We'll call this XOR example. And we're going to say that A is these bytes and B is going to be, let's say the number 22. So we're going to go back and we're going to do decimal 22 and convert that to binary. And it's this over here. Okay, so we're going to copy this. I'm going to paste this in. So there's more digits here than there are here. So we just need to append this with the 0. Okay, and what are we going to do? We're going to do the XOR operation. And what we need to do is we need to compare each of these digits. And if they're different digits, we do 1. So here it's 1. And here is 0 because these two digits are the same. And whoops. And this is going to be 1 because the digits are different. This is going to be 1 because the digits are different. And this is also going to be 1 because the digits are different. Okay, so the XOR result of, so this was A and it's decimal 11. This is decimal 22. And what is this result? So we can actually get what the decimal result is by doing the conversion in reverse. So we're going to do a binary to decimal. So we can do binary to decimal here, and then insert the binary number and convert that. So this is the number 29. So the result of the XOR operation is the decimal number 29, which is this number over here. And let's, so this is C. This is decimal 29, okay? So an interesting thing about XOR is that A XOR B equals C. But if you do C XOR B, you're going to get A. So let's put this into practice. So we've got XOR C. We've got C, which is decimal 29. And if we do B, which is decimal 22, and then we do the equation over here, the XOR operation, we should get decimal 11. So let's do the math. So what are we doing? So over here, 1 and 1 is going to be XOR 0 because they're the same. 1 and 0 is going to be XOR 1 because they're different. And then 1 and 1 is the same, so it's 0. So this is also, these two over here are different, so they're each going to be XOR 1, 1 over here. Okay, so this is A over here. So the result of XOR C and B is A. So this is A, and this is decimal 11. So the last one is true as well. So if we XOR A and C, then we'll get B. So if we do A and then we XOR with C, and then we do the equation, we do the do the operation rather. Okay, so what is the result of this? So this is going to be a 1 because it's different, 0 because it's the same, 1 because it's different, 1 because it's different, and 0 because it's the same. And we see here that this should be B. So B is 10110, and XOR of A and B is of A and C is B, 10110. And this is decimal 11. Whoops, this is decimal 22. And this is the value B. And we're going to be working on this challenge over here from the Cryptohack website. So this is the challenge. So the challenge here is, given the string label, XOR each character with the integer 13. Convert these integers back to a string and submit the flag as crypto, and then in between the curly braces, the new string. So we're going to cover how to do this challenge in a couple of different ways. And the first way is we're going to use a certain website to do the XOR operations for us. So there's this one website over here. This one is called XOR.pw. I'm not too sure what PW stands for, but we can actually input different binary strings, and we can conduct the XOR operations that way. And we don't actually need to put in binary numbers. We can actually put in the base 16 numbers or base 10 numbers or even ASCII characters, and we can try to get the results because this calculator here is going to do the conversion for us. So what was Cryptohack asking us to do? So given the string label, so LABEL, XOR each character with the integer 13. So the integer 13 needs to be converted into binary, and each one of these characters needs to be converted into binary too. So something that people don't really know much about is that these ASCII characters, these letters over here, can actually be converted into a numeric form. So for example, this character, the lowercase l, if we look over here, and these are all encoded using a system called ASCII. So let's take a look at an ASCII chart. I think there was a very convenient one from Wikipedia. Here we go. Okay, so actually, I think I need an ASCII table that includes binary. So let's see. ASCII chart binary. Okay, here's a table. Let's take a look and visit the website. And then let's open this in a new tab. Okay, so we've got a conversion chart of ASCII characters to different numeric systems. So for example, we're looking for the lowercase l character. So if we look in this chart for the lowercase l, it's going to be, where is it going to be? The lowercase l is over here. Okay, so we see that the lowercase l is over here. And in the ASCII system, it is the L. So from the ASCII character, like the letter, lowercase letter L, you can go from hex, octal, binary, or decimal. So let's make this nice and big, and then we're going to scroll over and take a look over here. So the lowercase letter L is right here. It can be converted into hex characters 6C or octal characters 154, or binary characters 0, this one over here, or decimal characters, this one. So if we wanted to do XOR operations on the letter L in ASCII, we would have to convert it over to binary here, and then do the XOR operation on the other thing that we need to do the binary thing on, which is the number 13, I think it was. So let's do this first one manually, okay? So XOR each character with the integer 13. So the integer 13, I'm very bad with conversion to binary. So if we did 13 to binary, then it would be this over here. 13 is this. So let's copy this, and then let's go back and do this first one manually. So let me just get this stuff off the screen. And this is going to be decimal 13. So decimal 13 is going to be this. And let's just prepend this with a bunch of zeros. Okay, so and let's get this in line with the other stuff in here. Okay, so we're going to do the XOR operation with decimal 13 with ASCII lowercase letter l. So lowercase letter l, according to the chart, is this right here. 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Oh, I wish I could copy directly. Actually, wait, I think I can do it like this. So lowercase l to binary. Okay, it's not here. We can actually do it here. I think it's text to binary. Yeah, so text to binary, lowercase letter l, and we're going to convert that, and it's going to be this. So I'm just going to copy this, and then we're going to do this first one manually over here. We're going to paste in the binary number. So this is ASCII lowercase l, and then we're going to do the XOR operation. So when we do the XOR operation, what do we get? So remember that if the numbers are the same, then the resulting bit is going to be 0. If the two numbers are different, then they're going to be 1. So the 0, 0 is 0, 0, 1 equals 1, 0, 1 equals 1, 0, 0 equals 0, 1, 1 equals 0, 1, 1 equals 0, 0, 0 equals 0, and 1, 0 equals 1. So this is the result of doing the XOR operation between decimal number 13, which is this in binary, and ASCII lowercase l, which is this in binary. So we got this binary here, and we need to figure out which ASCII character this corresponds to. So we're just going to we're going to copy this value here, and then we're going to go back to the conversion website, and then we're going to do binary to text. So we're going to paste in our binary here, and we're going to convert this, and it's going to equal to the ASCII letter A. So we see here, this equals ASCII lowercase a. Okay, so we did the first character manually, but we're going to do the rest of the characters using a tool. So let's so we have to do these characters. The characters we need are the characters A, L, B, E, L, so label. And we know that label when XORed with the decimal number 13. The first one is A, and let's get the rest of these 4 characters here. Okay, so back over at the XOR calculator website. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do decimal number 13. It is 13, right? Let me check. Yeah, integer 13. Okay, and the second input is going to be an ASCII, and it's going to be the letter A. So 13 XOR letter A, calculate. Let's do the output in ASCII. Okay, this is the letter L. So 13, the letter A, gives us the letter L. So we're going to add it over here. And the next one is the letter B. So let's go back, and we're going to replace the letter A with the letter B. And then we're going to calculate again. That gives us the letter O. So that's the letter O. Next is the letter E. So let's do the XOR operation with the letter E. Calculate that. That is the letter H. So the letter H, and lastly we do the letter L again. And actually we know what this is going to be because we did the letter L before and it came out to the letter A. So label, when XORed with the decimal number 13, becomes the ASCII string aloha. So this is going to be the answer for our exercise. We can copy this, and then we're going to go back to the Cryptohack website. So in Cryptohack, we're going to enter the flag here. It's going to be crypto and then curly braces and then the flag value. So it's going to be crypto and then curly braces. In the curly braces, we're going to get the result that we got, which was aloha. And then click on submit. It says, so we managed to finish the challenge. Great. All right. So let's talk about a different way that we can finish this challenge. So I asked, I got some assistants to write up a little script to solve this challenge, and this is going to be a Python script. So I'm going to copy the script, and then I'm going to go into my Kali Linux. All right, so we're going to use Nano to create a little Python script, and we're going to call this, what is the name of this challenge? The name of this challenge is XOR starter. So we're just going to call the file that XOR underscore starter and call this XOR starter.py. Okay, so let's paste in the code over here. So there's not very much to this script except for the fact that it uses the Pwn tools library, which can be a little bit it's actually not very complicated to install if you're using Kali Linux. And let me just terminal here. You do sudo apt-get install, Python 3 Pwn tools. This is the command right here. So if you wanted to install this on your own Kali Linux distribution, this is the command you would use. I'll just provide this to everybody in chat, just in case, because sometimes it gets to be a pain in the butt installing these tools when you don't know which commands to do. Okay, so what were we doing? So there's a XOR function inside the Pwn tools module. So first thing you do is from Pwn tools import XOR, and then the second thing you do is you you create the variable encrypted bytes, and then this is going to be the string that we need to XOR, and this is going to be bytes, and it's going to be label in bytes. The next thing we need to do is we need to define the key integer, so the integer that we need to XOR everything by, which is the letter 13, which is the number 13. So the XOR result variable is going to be equal to XOR, the function, with the encrypted bytes and the key integer, and we're going to decode that into ASCII characters at the end over here. So the last thing we do in the script is we print the XOR result, and that should be the ASCII characters aloha. So after we've prepared our script, we save out the file, and then we run the script. So it's going to be Python XOR starter.py, and when we run the file, we get the XOR operation on these ASCII characters, and we get ASCII characters back. So this is how you would solve this particular challenge using Python. Okay, so everybody, that was the XOR starter challenge from the Cryptohack platform. And if you appreciated this guided walkthrough for the challenge, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.